What's going on, everybody out there, and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Avenger comic book review. This is episode 441. I can't wait for 444.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why.
Fours.
I don't know why.
Well,
I know
better than 666s.
I know when we get to 999, it's gonna be like 999. You know, it's a ways off, but I'm still thinking about.
I thought you were thinking of that 999 joke.
Yes, that 999 joke.
Yeah, from that movie, Glorious.
Yeah.
Glorious
Bastards.
Oh, you remember the movie? Oh, okay. I thought you didn't remember.
I remember it. Right. But anyway, we got 22 books this week, everybody. We've got lots of books. We're late this week because we had so many books, and 90% of them, I believe, are mine.
And also, I think for the first time in over so many reviews, I only got indies, no Marvel or DC for me.
I do not believe so, no.
Wasn't it?
Frost! No, just skip the 666. Oh, I'm not skipping the 666. Justin, Alan, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome. We're going to do a pre-show before we get...
yeah, but it happened before, you're saying?
Mm-hmm. You missed DC and Marvel before.
Oh,
by the way, you never told me Chuck Dixon wrote Robyn.
Oh, my God. You're going to go off with that. I thought that you read my books. And how was I supposed to know to tell you about that when you should know that? How am I supposed to tell you? You could look at the review when I'm reviewing it.
Come close a minute.
No.
I want to show you something. Watch this. No. Look at me. I want you to count for me. Ready? Count.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Chop! Choppity chop! And chop. That is from Undisputed. Chop. That is from the Frost Undisputed Club of.
Yeah, the next 4 is. Well, the next 4 is going to be delete. I will.
I missed. Chop.
Delete.
Fix that car.
Delete.
Fix it. Fix it good. Fix it.
It's fine.
Good. Nope.
First of all, give me that. Now look what you did.
Chop!
Stop it with your stupid chop. Now look what you did.
Chuck Dixon wrote 50 books a month in the 90s. Dang. You see that?
Now look what you did. Now you messed it up. Or chop you one. Stop. Come on, stop. Stupid, man. I gotta fix it. Man, see what happens when you take too much of that stuff that you shouldn't be taking? Jesus.
You talking about God of War?
Yeah. Too much of God of War.
Too much of that God of War.
Or that red ring of rage.
Okay.
All right. Now, can we get on before anything else should break?
Yeah, I feel vindicated.
Or Kip Punch.
Legend Storm, what's going on, my friend? You guys fight like me and my brother. Well, he is my brother. Unfortunately. Well, we found him in a cornfield, so.
Well, we found you somewhere.
How do you know where we found me if I'm older than you?
You were found in a toxic wasteland. That's where you were found.
I wasn't born in Jersey.
Why would you say What?
I don't know. It was random. The chop was real, yes.
Right,
What's up, Spartan?
No more.
No, I'm done.
Yeah, wait.
Frosted.
I know. Now I can't fix this. So
I chopped him so hard. Yeah, you
almost made me break my tablet. You would have had to buy me a new one.
I chopped him so hard that his tablet.
Well, then again, his tablet's acting in anyway, so I might as well buy a new one. But don't now, because I got it now. Stop. Or I will delete you. Delete.
You're more like Brother Nero than Matt Hardy.
Actually, I like Jeff Hardy more than Matt Hardy, so yeah.
Good.
I thought you always liked Jeff Hardy.
No, Matt Hardy.
Oh. Well, you could stick with your version 1 thing. I'll just stick with the
chop made the tablet obsolete! Must delete it!
You stupid.
I fixed it?
No, now you made it worse.
Oh, I see what it did. Yep, nope. I deleted it.
Stop touching it. No, stop. Come on. Before you make it go off, and then I can't use it then. All right. You know, you are so stupid. Now I gotta fix it.
The obsolete shop.
Can we just get into the books?
So anyway, before we get into the books, because I see we've got our viewers here mostly, I just want to touch on a few things that have popped up. Number one, the intro.
Just go.
I made an intro video for the channel. It is up and available now. I actually have my friend JD, the Media Jack. Go check him out on Twitch and all over social media. He actually is taking a look at the video and actually is going to fix it up even further, which is awesome, and I'm looking forward to it. So the intro video is going to stay up, but if I do get an edited version of it, I am going to upload that as well, and that will be my channel trailer. For right now, it's my version, but I'm sure that JD is going to do like 300,000 times better than me, so that's probably going to become the channel trailer when it is made. So you guys are crazy and hilarious, just like you were on Frontline last night.
Now, see, I close the program and lose all the books. Thank you.
So go ahead and fix it.
I can't move it.
Go ahead and fix it. Close the
program. If I close the program, I have to open the whole thing again.
Open the whole thing again while I'm talking. So we did the intro. The intro is there. Click cancel. There you go. So I know the tablet's dumb.
No, you.
So the intro's up. We actually have something special that we're going to be doing this week. We're only doing one extra video this week, and I shared the picture on Instagram. You know that.
What?
That.
Oh, that one, yeah.
And then next week, we're going to be back to schedule. This week, I'm kind of doing more of the scheduling, planning, and laying out of where I want to go for spring. So lots of big things. Closer to my birthday, there might be some special announcements. Not 100% on them yet, so I don't want to say too much other than leave you guys with a tiny teaser instead. As we get closer to my birthday, which is May 29th, for those of you that don't know, that's where I'll know more or less where we will be on my birthday. I think that's fair enough assessment. As far as Dark Avenger Live, I've heard a lot of feedback on it. I've thought a lot about it. We're still on the debating if we bring it back front. It might conflict with It's a Podcast if I bring It's a Podcast back. I want to make sure that in doing It's a Podcast along with Dark Avenger Live, there are no conflictions. And I believe there won't be such a bad confliction. I just want to make sure scheduling-wise it works best. That's why I'm taking this week to kind of schedule more than anything else.
Right.
So now I believe we have everybody here. I see a number one. Let me just check.
Legend Storm X if we share this channel together.
No. Michael is Dude of Rock 18.
Yeah.
And I'm Dark Avenger C86. We share two channels together. We share working on Frontline together, and we share another channel called Broken Boys 18.
Right. And by the way, for those of you who have or haven't checked it yet, on Dude of Rock 18, there are 2 episodes I have of Rock unboxing. So if you guys want to go over there and check it out, it's really awesome.
I would definitely say so, yes.
Just whoever didn't, watch it yet or commented. And I love comments, please. Comments, I love them, and I will definitely get back to you when I have the chance. And spread the word of Rock unboxing, because I'm actually very proud of myself with 2 episodes I've done so far. Episode 3 is in the works, but I'm just gonna let episode 1 and 2 up right now because I don't want to make like a weekly thing because of other reasons. Because I'm close to my next 100th, and also because I want to do other videos other than just
This is true.
But I appreciate the comments.
All right, so we have officially started the show now. I would like to think it's 56 already. I think we went beyond 10 minutes.
Yes.
Everybody's ready. I made Michael's tablet obsolete. So with that, Dark Avenger comic review.
Yes.
How many? We did 22 books this week, and they were
Right.
released when?
April 18, 2018, all digital. Well, you have 2.
Yeah, I have 2 physical books. One because, well,
you're going to see.
You'll know why. And the other one because we could not get a picture of the digital cover.
Which I have no reason or idea why. So we're going to start with my book first. Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe, issue number 4. The last conclusion issue to the Ninjak series. And this is actually set for the upcoming Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe web series of that. So what I liked about this issue, like it talks about Neville's past, about how his wife and daughter mean so much to him. So he wants to go on this mission to save his family because Rocco.
Pause. What's up, Ryan? Go.
Yeah, because Rocco has wants the book from Ninjak, the book of Geomancer, I think.
The Geomancer.
Yeah, the Geomancer, right. So as he gives the book to her, you know, the team comes in, you know, EXO, Livewire, and all the other people. And I like how he fought with Riku, you know, like the fight scene, because that was like really amazing. And Ninjak obtains the book and everybody saves him because they thought that he was behind this whole thing. And then in the end, they all came clean saying, okay, so you're not, you know, what we thought you were. You're actually a good guy. So in the end, everything turned out really well. But in the ending part, Rocco meets with somebody that teared off the book from the Geomancer. Oh boy, I could definitely see another series that's gonna be very shaken up. So yeah, definitely I would really recommend you guys get this in trade paperback. I mean, at times there were a little bit of in between there, but other than that though, at least for this final issue, I would definitely say to pick this up. And now it's going to go slow because I have to open it one by one now because some people.
You welcome.
Where's his name? I don't see Chuck Dixon. Where's his name?
No. Chuck Dixon writes Robin Hood.
But it's not here.
No, Robin Hood.
So why were you
other
saying
series you read? The main
you
Robin
should have
Hood.
known. Patrick Chan wrote it too.
I know Patrick Chan wrote it.
So you should have known the news because he told us about it.
He didn't tell us Chuck Dixon was taking over.
Yes, he did. You were right there next to me.
He did not say Chuck Dixon was taking over.
Anyway, before people get short-term memory, Van Helsing versus Robin Hood, issue number 4. And that also, by the way, was another last issue of the Van Helsing versus.
Oh, this is a week of last issues then.
Actually, yeah. Well, for some of them. There are some that are going to be beginning. And what I like about this issue is that basically they're trying to find a cure to cure Robin Hood from her vampire stuff. So Van Helsing works with Igor to get the serum to cure Robin, which they do very successfully. And this guy that was behind the whole thing, they go after him before he spreads the whole serum. And because Igor was behind this also, he decides to help Van Helsing and Robin Hood also. And they fight off against, oh, what's her name? The one with the green hair. The artwork's drawn spectacular. I really love the artwork in this one. And yeah, so then everything turns out to be all great.
Yay for nerds.
The guy gets it in the end. Which...
Hey, wait a minute. Excuse me, Ryan. I'm not going to say, but you know what game you play. That's for nerds.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, that was a really interesting series, and definitely can't wait to see if they're going to do an Van Helsing versus. Oh, wait, this comes... Oops, wrong book, because that comes out.
Oh, right. Oh, and you put it on my list.
Yeah, by mistake.
Okay, one book on the list. The next book, I'm going to delete it afterwards. The next book on the list, ignore. It was pushed to next week.
Yeah. And
as you guys know, we do get review copies for certain books, so we have it a week early, so we're going to skip it.
It's not responding.
This is the part of the show where things don't work because Michael's tablet is a piece of garbage.
Yeah, because you had to touch it, and the next one's yours, so get ready. So we have 21 books instead of 22 books.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 26, Shattered Grid Part 2. Tommy is officially dead. Not just dead, like, oh, he's dead and he'll come back. No, he is dead. And they cannot go back in time to save him. They cannot go back in time and stop Lord Draken from killing him. He is dead. They have the funeral. They bury him. They show a couple of days after where Jason gets the Green Ranger shield and everything. And we find out that because of what Lord Draken is doing, the grid, the power morphing grid, has now shattered. And every single Power Ranger generation is now part of its own little part of the grid, its own part of a universe. So basically, because Tommy died here, doesn't mean it stops him from becoming Zeo Ranger Red, or the Red Turbo Ranger, or becoming the White Ranger, or, well, this is technically the Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would stop him from becoming the White Ranger. But anyway, it doesn't stop the future generations like Dino Thunder, where he became the Black Ranger.
Yeah,
it doesn't stop
cool.
any of that from happening because now every single Power Ranger world or team is part of its own separate part of the grid, so it's its own universe. But this part of the grid now lost Tommy. I don't think he's gone. I personally do believe there's going to be some type of a twist of fate where they'll find a way to bring Tommy back through the Morphin grid. But oh god, which Power Ranger crew was attacked in this one? The Ninja one.
Ninja Storm? The Samurai?
Thank you. The Samurai team gets attacked, but they end up saving the Red Ranger and bring her back. So what the Power Rangers are doing are they're saving as many Rangers as they can and bringing them back to the command center. And the other Rangers, unfortunately, are being taken. Lord Draken is taking each of the group's morphers and using it to fuel his own power. So he basically has to take a morpher from each of the Power Ranger generations in order to become all-powerful through Ninjor. And I like it. I'm looking forward to it. And I like how him and Finster have a very, or his world, Finster 5, is like his best friend slash kind of like Alfred. Think Alfred. Wait until the annual. In the annual, a lot of things change. Oh, okay, cool. I'm reading that. That's from this week. So we'll be talking about that next week. They will bring him back with the Infinity. You wish, Ryan. The Infinity Gauntlet. Speaking of Infinity Gauntlet, who's ready? Who is ready for the Avengers Infinity War Part 1? I'm looking forward to that. I'm loving it. Definitely check it out. Great artwork as well.
WWE issue number 16.
Bailey on the cover.
Yes, Bailey on the cover.
Look at Bailey.
Yep, the hugger of all huggers in wrestling. And it just really talks about her background story. I really like how they talk about her background of,
but
how
didn't we get that with her and Sasha, though?
Yeah, but this goes beyond that now with her wrestling career.
All right.
About how she progressed in wrestling, how she became stronger, and winning the NXT. We have her and Becky Lynch who talk with each other about, the draft that's going on. Nia Jax comes in and gets a little bit rough with Bailey. And I remember when she was rough with Bailey. They have a fight, and then after all that...
Bailey wins.
Yeah. Well, did Bailey win?
Bailey beat
Yeah. Bailey beat that Nia Jax. Yeah, I thought it was the other way around. I forgot. And then the whole draft happens, and so, yeah, it's basically to be continued now where she's going to be fighting other people. And... I really wish that they would come up with a second story because they always do the Asuka story. Like, it's interesting nonetheless, and when she became the next NXT champion with being undefeated and stuff like that. But usually in the second stories, they always came up with something different. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just me. I mean, I applaud Asuka.
I'm glad Asuka lost to Charlotte during WrestleMania instead of getting screwed over by Carmella. I'm kind of glad, and I see why WWE did that now. But at WrestleMania, it was like, whoa.
Well, Charlotte was ready for Asuka, as Asuka said to.
Well, at least she didn't get embarrassed by having the belt stolen from her by Carmella like Charlotte did,
or punch between the legs like Shinsuke did to AJ Styles. Yeah.
I don't like that they made him bad. Is he still bad, Shinsuke?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't watch this past week, so I don't know. But it's Xena Warrior Princess, issue number 3. This was actually more of a funny issue, actually. And I wanted to just show you why it's funny. Like, basically, yeah. So the girl that's in this book that Xena went with, like, she sees that Xena's in trouble.
So funny.
So she uses her sister's name, Leela, like saying, oh, she dresses like these poor sorceresses and stuff like that. And she gives a little bit slap in the booty, like saying, when we get home, you're in big trouble, Missy. And she's like saying, like, do not, like, you're going to pay for that. That was like just really funny, that scene. And basically she like helped her get out of the Romans that were about to kill her because she's wanted. So they're still going on their trip to Athens, and Gabrielle. Yeah, Gabrielle is her name.
Gabrielle. Oh, Gabrielle, the girl.
Yeah. So Jax
you're talking
there.
About the dude. Dude's name is not Gabrielle.
Yeah, so Jax is there giving her a message of what happened to her, and they said where she needs to be. And at the end, Gabrielle actually meets her sister, Leela, from wondering where she was all this time. And they seem to be like on this abandoned boat or something in Athens. So real irony in this issue. But
irony.
Yeah, but definitely something to check out. And I already reviewed this on Comic Frontline, so I'll be very short.
Sonic
The
gotta go
Hedgehog,
fast.
issue number 3.
Got it.
What are you doing?
No, where is it? Come on, go this way.
No, it's not that way. If you knew better, it was that way.
Oh, zoom in. Gotta go fast.
God damn it. Give me that. So yeah, Sonc the Hedgehog,
Gotta go fast.
issue number 3. So it's really Sonic and Knuckles who are teaming up with each other, and they're looking up against the badniks of all that stuff, the super badniks actually. And as they're fighting with each other, so they get with Tumble and Ruff, I think the two guys who were trying to attack them.
I'm waiting for Shadow.
I know. I think he's going to be in maybe the last issue.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. Good way to end the miniseries.
And then you can hear the whole thing on Comic Frontline. The next issue, he's with he'll be teaming up with Blaze the Cat, or some people say Teenage Mutant Ninja Kitty. But that's what Kevin says. But yeah, I didn't say that in the review. But your last indie.
It was kind of, I don't want to say it was boring, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Universe 21. The big debate between the Triceratons and the Utroms, now that the Utroms have given them a place to stay on Burnow Island. And it was kind of boring. They're fighting over who's going to have land to plant farms, this and that and the other thing. And Donnie's there. He's kind of trying to keep the peace between the two. And I'm like, oh. And then somebody tries to kill an Utrom. So now they got to find the Triceraton that's not playing nice with the others. And it's okay, but it's TMNT Universe. At least they have a turtle in it, though. So I can't be too upset, because I was upset when they did it with Karai and before her was Another Tale. I'm glad at least they're doing it with the turtles. That's the important thing. So at least we know what's going on with the Triceratons. Maybe it plays into a future. I mean, we do know Krang is still somewhere out there, so maybe this plays into something in the future. Nothing popped up. We're good.
Oh, I thought something did.
And now we're going into Marvel.
The big two.
And yeah, the big two. And we're going to start with the lower Marvel books this week. Marvel Infinity Countdown, issue number 2. If you're a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy, you will enjoy this book. You will. If you are not a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy, or what went on in the previous issue, you're not going to like this issue. And I know this was on Mike Spiderslayer's least favorite, because we're doing this review late this week. And I can understand why. If I was not a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy, this book would probably be dropped right now. Or at least for the time being, I wouldn't be reviewing it, because this is focusing heavily on the I believe it's the Soul Stone they're doing right now. I forget which stone it was. The Power Stone. It's focusing on Drax and his stone, and nothing else really. And you have Groot, who can now talk. He's fighting against this big evil version of Groot. He kills him. And again, if you don't read Guardians, you don't know what they're doing, because they ended Guardians where Infinity Countdown was going to take over. So I have no clue who they were fighting, but they finish it off. And they go help Drax. And there's this girl there from the Nova Corps who I didn't even remember who she was until Jay reminded me. I guess this is a plus for doing this review late this week. Jay reminded me it was the woman from the Nova Corps during Secret Wars. If I didn't read it, I'd have no freaking clue who she is. And she was pregnant. She gave birth on the battlefield. And she has a daughter. And they're fighting the Dark Hawks, or the Dark Raptors, whatever they're called. And it doesn't even end. They're still fighting them as we speak to protect the Infinity Stone. And then we get a little bit of Adam Warlock looking for the Silver Surfer, or looking for Ultron, who is apparently, if you saw the cover for the next issue of Infinity Countdown, he is messing with Silver Surfer using another one of the Infinity Stones. Mind you, I would like to point this out to everybody. This is not the event. This is the setup for the event. It's countdown to infinity, to infinity, countdown to infinity. We still have to get to the event, and then we're gonna have to live through infinity
and beyond.
Not only did Marvel break their promise of no events for 11 months, but they're doing a back-to-back event in the form of, this is the prelude event to the main event that's going to start, I believe, in the summer. So Marvel doesn't just break their promises. They got to go big. They break their promises and give you 2 full events that are the same, one right after the other, plus the event of the return of Wolverine, plus anything else that they decide to pop in there in between. X-Men Gold, issue number 26. It's all about setting up Kitty and Colossus's wedding. Colossus goes out, you know, as like a kind of like bachelor party thing, or they go out to this restaurant because they're never getting any downtime. We also find out that they've been absolved from all their crimes, but they're still hated because they're mutants. I love how the guy at the prison basically says, you know, you still have the crime of being a mutant, and it's all about survival of the best races. So we still see there is racism towards the mutants out there in the Marvel universe, and I don't understand why, but I just couldn't get behind this issue as well this week. So Peter ends up getting kidnapped by that Sentinel thing that the woman created, the mayor, the former mayor, or the current mayor of New York. And that's it. That's how the book ends. And I'm like, when is X-Men going to be good again? I mean, it's been like years since X-Men has been like amazing. When is X-Men going to be good again? I mean, we're getting the Fantastic Four back. We're slowly getting a Norm back for Spider-Man, but we're never going to get that one perfect moment because of one head that won't step down or retire from Marvel. When are we going to get X-Men back? I'm really tired of it. I would love to see the X-Men together again. No red, gold, blue, yellow, green, pink. I would like to see Uncanny X-Men and X-Men together. We're getting Wolverine back as well. There's the glue that holds the team together. All you got to do is bring back Scott. I know a lot of you don't like Scott. I personally don't like Scott either. But hey, if you're going to have, I mean, Jean's back, and she has her own X-Men team. Bring the X-Men back together and fix Professor X.
Oh, yeah, I heard about him being a little screwy.
Fix Professor X, or let him die and stay dead. But bring the X-Men back the right way. I would be 10 times happier. Avengers 689. No Surrender, part 15 of 16. That is right, everybody. We are 1 part away from the grand finale. I didn't enjoy this issue as much as the previous. I feel like there was a lot more disposition this time again. And we had that other, I forgot who it was, played poker. And the whole point was, if he loses, he stays with the, not the challenger. I forgot the guy. But he stays with that guy.
Where did you look?
No. If he loses, he stays with him. If he wins, he gets the Avengers or a group of them back. And he wins by bluffing. And now the rest of the Avengers are fighting the Challenger, and that's what's left. Is now the other Avengers that were taken are now released. So now we have all the Avengers together again. Now it's going to be all of them versus the Challenger in the last issue. It's going to be interesting. It's going to probably be double sized, and I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't $10. So be aware. Oh, it came out today, so everybody would know by now. Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, issue number 18. Well, Annie Mae, man, she realizes really quick how hard it is to raise superheroes, so to speak. So her friends want to go after Norman Osborn Jr. because they believe he's an evil person. And the girl ended up getting a package in the mail warning her that he was still an evil person. And Annie Mae knows that he's changed since his younger days. And this one girl who is super out of control, anger-wise, ends up leaving. So now it's up to Annie Mae to fix this. And Pete and Mary Jane are following behind her. And they realize what she's doing. And I like how she kind of comes into her own character finally. I feel like this is her becoming Mayday in a way. her getting her own kind of independence, which I don't want, because then that means you're giving Renew Your Vows over to Annie Mae, who technically is getting the main spotlight in this book. So you created a world where Spider-Man and Mary Jane are married to appease the Spider-Man fans that want to read Spider-Man where he's married to MJ, but then you go and take Annie Mae and make her the main character. So Spider-Man now is in the background with Mary Jane being married, but again, not in the book. Well, he's in the book, but not the main character of the book. This is an example of the wrong way to do a family book. If you look at what they're doing with Superman, that's the right way to do it. What they're doing with Renew Your Vows is they're trying to appease people who want to see, well, they're appeasing Tevye. Let's be fair. They're appeasing Tevye. But at the same time, they're not utilizing all their characters. They're spotlighting one. So while I am enjoying the series, I would just like to point that out. As far as the rest of the book goes, obviously, she saves Norman Osborn Jr. He figures out right away that it's Spiderling in a different disguise. And in the end, the two friends of hers end up dating. They lose their powers. Annie fakes losing her powers as well because they don't know she's Spiderling yet. And that's that. That's how the book kind of ends, and Pete's all proud of his daughter. Can we get a Spider-Man story from Renew Your Vows now, please? Or are we still focusing on Annie Mae? Because I believe Spring Break is next. That's what they said the next issue is, Spring Break. So, going into the main Marvel Universe, Amazing Spider-Man $7.99. 800's next. So, Pete keeps good to his word and works from the background, basically having the Spider family do what he can't right now. Don't say Renew Your Vows, Tevye will pop up. I just reviewed the whole book, Alan, and I did not see a Tevye pop up. I guess today must be a very busy day because I've noticed we don't have too many viewers today. This is what I get for doing. See, this is why I hate doing reviews late, because I know a lot of you are, you really guys like it on Monday. So I'm going to try to make sure this week's review is on time. Next week's review is on time. But anyway, Amazing Spider-Man. Pete is basically he's pulling an Oracle in this case, and he's calling the shots for the rest of the Spider family to fight Red Goblin. And Red Goblin wants to take Harry's kids. That's his target right now. And the Spider family gets their butts kicked. Let's be fair here. Long story short, and Pete finds out that J. Jonah Jameson is the reason why Green Goblin knows Peter Parker's Spider-Man, and he hangs up on J, and he ain't happy. And in the end, Spider-Man Pete ends up suiting up and going out because the whole team gets messed up. And what we see is Norman Osborn ends up taking one of Harry's kids, and Flash ends up giving Pete something, or Spider-Man something, to kind of give him a boost against Red Goblin. I think next issue we're going to see Spider-Man in the anti-venom symbiote, or a form of the symbiote on him to fight Red Goblin and to take him down. I'm looking forward to issue 800. Not looking forward to the renumbering, but looking forward to the new team. So there's that. I am looking forward to the new team, and I'm hopeful. Maybe Michael will want to take a turn on Amazing Spider-Man now that we're getting a new team. That'd be cool. I don't mind letting you review Amazing Spider-Man. I'm still going to read it, but you can review it. I don't mind at all. Jesse, what is going on, my friend? JLS Comics in the house. Tomorrow is Comic Conversation. Are you guys ready? You guys ready for it? Jesse's already got his, the agenda written down probably. WeaponH issue number 2. I enjoyed this issue. I like the Wendigo, or the Wendigo versus WeaponH. The fight was really cool. I like how Doctor Strange tries to go into WeaponH's mind to see what makes him tick, so to speak. Like, he wants to make sure it's not like another Hulk where rage is what controls him. And then he finds out that rage isn't what drives WeaponH. And he's like, dude, you just saw my wife. Or he doesn't say my wife, but the person you just saw, if anything happens to them, I will destroy you piece by piece. And he leaves. The whole book was really a fight. And we find out Roxxon is the Hive. I believe the Hive. Oh God, why did I forget what they were now? The Kree? Was it the Kree? I think so. But they're going after WeaponH now. And I like how his girlfriend sees him on TV, and she kind of, I think she knows also. I think she was looking at that folder. I think she knows that he's WeaponH as well. I can't remember his name at the moment. But I enjoyed this book. I really did. This and Amazing Spider-Man this week were my enjoyments from Marvel. Everything else was either middle ground or below middle ground. Save one DC book, which we'll get to fairly soon. Before we get into DC, though, we got to do the crossover between DC and IDW with TMNT Batman issue number 6.
Oh, that was Batman TMNT.
Batman TMNT issue number 6. This is the second crossover. So it's Batman TMNT 2 issue number 6. Wow. I loved this crossover mini series. It was so much fun. Batman brings Shredder back to his universe to fight Bane, and Donatello creates the serum that takes away their venom, or the effects of their venom, and it's just a kick-ass book from beginning to end. Batman takes Bane back. Shredder goes willingly to jail because he lost in a fight to Batman. Basically, he had a fight with Batman, and if Shredder won, he'd go back and do what he wanted. If Batman won, he would honor, because at least Shredder has that. I gotta say, he has ninja honor. So he honors his loss and goes back to jail, sitting down watching. Oh, Roseanne's a good show.
Love Roseanne.
So I really enjoyed this last issue. And then I love how Batman in the end leaves Donatello his training regiment that he gives to all of his Robins, and that he uses himself to kind of make Donatello stronger, because that was what started this whole thing, was Donatello wanting to be stronger, not just the brains, but the brawns as well. And I like that. I like how they did that. I really do hope there's a third. I think this crossover, out of every single one of the crossover they've done one for the animated series meeting the TMNT Nickelodeon one, which I don't believe they can do anymore anyway, because Nickelodeon's about to change it up and destroy the Turtle franchise cartoon-wise. And I love Green Lantern, Star Trek, but if I had to see another volume, if I was asked, what do you want, Star Trek Green Lantern Volume 3, or do you want to see Batman TMNT Volume 3? I would go with Batman TMNT Volume 3, or I would want both. I really am enjoying the Star Trek one as well. Star Trek Green Lantern, both of the series were great. So I would definitely recommend that. I was not too much of a fan of the Batman animated series crossing over with the TMNT cartoon series because, again, number one, they were getting rid of the cartoon series. Number two, I love Batman the animated series, don't get me wrong, but I never warmed up to any of the Nickelodeon cartoons with the Turtles. I really didn't. But I love this one, and I recommend if you haven't checked it out, check it out.
Michelangelo's intelligence from being cool to stupid. I hated that.
Oh, don't worry. They'll probably make it even worse now for this new. I don't even want to hear anything about this new cartoon. I don't even know if it's out yet. And if it is, I hope somebody burns it to hell. They
gotta make Michelangelo cool.
I want to be completely transparent here with everybody. I'm okay with change. I really am. But there are certain things that come from my childhood that are part of, it's part of my childhood, and it's something that, it doesn't need to be changed. And there are certain changes that should not be made to franchises. Like when the New 52 Superman happened, I was upset. There are certain things that should stay the same. If you want to add to it, awesome, add to it. But going back and changing it, like making Raphael the leader for one reason, yeah, no, I'm passionate about Turtles and I'm passionate about Superman. Nickelodeon is completely destroying the Turtles, and that pisses me off. I really wish that Kevin Eastman didn't give them the license for Turtles. I really do. I'm glad he gave IDW the comic rights, but I really wish he wouldn't have given Nickelodeon, because we all know Nickelodeon screwed up the Power Rangers. No, are they on Nickelodeon now? Disney screwed up the Power Rangers. I'm sorry. I do not like what Nickelodeon is doing with the Turtles now. I didn't like the 3D one. I especially hate that they're destroying continuity with this new one. And to be fair, I didn't like Super Mega Force either when it came to Power Rangers. So Nickelodeon's not exactly doing a great job with Power Rangers either. Nickelodeon should not have their hands on any franchise that isn't derived or created by them. And having Sentai, which is Power Rangers, and having Turtles, which they are destroying continuity-wise, I wish there was a way for Kevin Eastman to pull his contract with Nickelodeon because they are destroying the Turtle series. I don't care. You don't change something that's been around since the 1980s. You don't change what's known. It's always been known that Leonardo is the leader of the crew, period. You don't change that because of popularity for Raphael. You're changing Raphael so the popularity for his character now, that's not the character that was popular. This is a mini rant. I'm done. But Nickelodeon, seriously, get your acts together. And seriously, if you're not going to do the Turtles the right way, the legacy way, as they call it, or the way it was created, please give up the franchise. Give it to somebody else that will take care of it and at least do it the way it's supposed to be done. I mean, the Michael Bay movies, the first one, I don't want to talk about. The second one was okay from what I heard. But even there, I mean, seriously, the Turtles are getting crapped on when it comes to the movies and cartoons. Megan Fox doesn't belong anywhere near the Turtles. I'm done. I'm done with the mini rant. But seriously, fix the Turtles. TV-wise, comic-wise, amazing. IDW, love you guys. Perfect. IDW, pull it from Nickelodeon if you can, because God, they're destroying the continuity and just the legacy of the Turtles. Damage issue number 4. The cover kind of says it all. Damage is taking on a new job. This definitely reminds me of the Hulk like so much because he's on the run, so he doesn't get caught by the government or the group that created him. And Poison Ivy attacks this new job that he's in, and he damages out. I can't say Hulk's out. He becomes damaged to fight her, and she gets the upper hand on him. That's the long story short of this book. We do get a little bit more flashback. We get to see a little bit more of how he became Damage, which I liked a lot. This is also part of the Metal verse in DC. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this issue a lot. I can't wait to see the next issue. This was just like an in and out kind of, you start reading, you're done reading. Like, I can't snap. Oh, whatever. Thank you. You're in, you're out, and done. So Mr. Miracle issue number 8. I love how the writer really put Stan Lee back. As you all know, Jack Kirby created a character with the New Gods that, especially with Mr. Miracle, that him and Stan Lee had a thing at one time where they didn't like each other. So he created this character to kind of be like a Stan Lee or his version of Stan Lee. And he's in this book, and it's hilarious because you got Scott dealing with his son, and then you got this other dude, I forgot his name, Funky, who literally is trying to help Scott, and he's doing the worst job ever. And then, you see things work out, and he just stands there. It's a silent panel. The next panel, he goes, Excelsior! And I'm like, oh, my God.
Wait, who did that?
The Funky, who's working with Mr. Miracle. But it shows you two sides. It shows you Mr. Miracle being a dad and Mr. Miracle dealing with what's going on New Genesis because he is the new High Father because Orion is dead. I still say he's in a machine. I don't truly believe this is going on. It is crazy. Chris, I keep getting 5- and 6-year-old videos of yours popping up in my suggested videos. Popping up. Nice legend. I'm enjoying the new season. Oh, you're dancing him. YouTube is changing their algorithm. I'm sorry, Jesse. I mean, what's up, Bobby? Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, Jesse. I really am. I don't know what to say. I mean, just keep deleting my videos if you don't want to watch 5- and 6-year-old videos, which I don't think you would want to because they're all probably the reviews. Eventually it'll stop because I know after you delete a certain amount of videos, they change your suggestions up a bit. I'm sorry. I really am. I don't know why YouTube's doing that. It's not me. I'm not sponsored anymore. I'm not partnered anymore. Just finished reading all of 2014 Infinity. Cool. That's cool. I got to see your you got to see the Captain America Shield review. Nice. I just did one with the Marvel Legends. I was going to say I should do a follow-up, but there's no follow-up. The Shield looks the same, everybody. Nightwing 43, another standalone issue where Nightwing teams up with Damian and Arsenal to take out Arsenal's ex-girlfriend, who they believe, and the Hand. And, not the Hand, oh, God. The League of Assassins. And It was a fun issue. It was a nice throwaway. I like the banter back and forth from Arsenal and Damien, but it was a one and done story that had me smiling. That's about it. I like the artwork. Smiles. No, don't say that. He'll come. If you smileys, he'll come. Again, it was a nice standalone issue. I would definitely say check it out. I'm glad Nightwing's kind of back on that up curve. You think there will be another shawarma scene? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, well, maybe not in this video, in this movie. Maybe the next movie, the last part, depending on if who lives and dies. But Nightwing, very enjoyable. I'm gonna start pushing things forward because I believe we're on that almost hour mark. Batman.
It was a funny cover too, like saying, "You sure you don't even need my help?" And Damon's like saying, "We're fine."
Yeah, but anyway. Nightwing does this favor for Damien and Arsenal, so basically he asked them to do him a favor and he gets a night off because it was his night off that he was helping both of them. So he takes another night off and they end up taking his ship for Bloodhaven. And I love how he's standing there eating popcorn and Damien's like, that's not the idea of taking a night off. It's called Netflix. He's like, no, this is much more fun than Netflix. So I enjoyed it. Batman 45, I did not enjoy. Now, you all know I love Booster Gold. I'm sure you all know that. I really do. I went back in time to give you a present by bringing your parents back to life. That's typical Booster Gold. He's that dumb to want to give Batman a present like that. But of course, stopping Bruce's parents from dying changes the future. We've seen this before. We've seen what happens if Bruce's parents don't die. So Dick is Batman. Tim works in an office somewhere. Jason is a car salesman who creates security for cars. And it's all weird. And Booster's trying to fix it. So he goes to Bruce and tells him what he did. And Bruce destroys Skeet. So basically, Booster can't go back in time anymore. And he can't fix it. So now Bruce basically destroyed he's like, I did this for you because you're going to marry Catwoman. So I gave you a present. I gave you some time with your parents. But in doing that, it destroyed the future. Don't freaking duh, Booster. I mean, Booster's dumb, but he's not that stupid. And it opened up with Hal Jordan shooting himself on the head. Tad Comics, what is going on? What's up? Just eating pizza. I'm glad you're having pizza, man. Welcome to the stream. I did not dig this book. Look, and we had this debate on Frontline Live last night. I understand a filler story being creative is a good thing. The dress story was creative and a nice filler issue. A nice lead up to the wedding. This whole Booster changing the past to make a story where now the whole future is messed up. Booster learned a lot from Flashpoint and post-Flashpoint. I wouldn't think he's that dumb. And I mean, he just went with Superman in Action Comics to prevent Superman from changing and messing with the past. In this case, I feel like, did Tom King not know that Booster was in action and he prevented Superman from manipulating the past because he knew it would change the future? And here he is giving Batman a wedding present by saving his parents. He just contradicted what he did in action. I didn't even think of that last night. But Booster just contradicted what he tried to prevent in Action Comics, which is bad on Tom King's part because Tom King should know that Action Comics just happened with Booster. The whole arc was called Booster Shot. And then you go to Batman and Booster does what he tried to stop Superman from doing. I had pizza earlier. I want pizza now. Thank you. I want pizza now. After complaining about this, I want pizza. But I can't get behind this story arc with Batman and Booster now because literally Tom King has Booster doing the complete opposite of what he did in Action. And Action was drawn out because he was stopping Superman from manipulating the past. And here he is saving people that he shouldn't be saving in the past. Booster Gold's dumb, but he's not a walking contradiction. I had a hot dog. Now I want a hot dog. Stop! I'm hungry! And Mike doesn't have any books.
Not my fault.
But I still want The Miz to be Booster Gold. That would be cool. The Miz is Booster Gold. I totally could see The Miz as Booster Gold.
Really?
Yeah. Why not? The Booster Gold is a showboater, just like Miz is. I totally could see Miz being the Booster Gold of WWE. Yeah, sounds like a retold story. Pizza good for a large at Papa Johnson. Super Sons issue number 15. I enjoyed this. Kid Amazo is back. He attacks both John and Damian in their command center, and he makes quick work of all of them, both of them. Unfortunately, Superboy ends up getting dragged back down to the command center while Robyn's saved by Cyborg. And we find out Kid Amazo is not the boy anymore. The boy died in the suit. It's literally the Amazo suit alone now. And it's draining powers, spoiler here, from the Justice League. And that's how it was able to fight John and Damian. So I'm actually interested in seeing where this arc goes. It's sad to see them go. But again, for those of you out there that are complaining, remember, Damian runs the Teen Titan team. And I think that is where John is going to be going. And we're going to get the kids there. Have a pizza with hot dog slices instead of pepperoni. Jesse, I'm gonna kill you, man. I'm hungry, and I've got 2 more books to do. Superman 45. We could not get the cover online for some reason, but I love this cover, by the way. Except for Crypto, he looks weird. The artist drew him weird on this cover. But then again, they are far, far away. But there's a lack of details. I did end up ordering, when I got Sea of Thieves issue number 2, I did end up ordering the variant to this cover because this cover I do not like. So they're moving out, and you see everybody's kind of sad. Flash pops in to help, and they go to the fair. We find out that this was, like Jay said, it was Peter J. Tomasi's love letter to the series because he was with Superman since before Rebirth. He actually made us all care about the New 52 Superman before we lost him, or before he faded away and then later would bond with his Reed action. You would understand better, where the 2 Superman fused back together to make the real Superman.
Oh, I was just reading the comment.
No, it's nice slice. Oops, nice book. Tatman, come on.
Ooh, Tatman.
You're killing me.
Like Pac-Man. You could be a little pellet.
But I really like this issue, and it shows, them leaving Hamilton forever and moving to Metropolis, and usually Lois is the stronger one, but here you see her kind of breaking down, that she's sad about moving back to Metropolis, which I thought Lois would be the one that's kind of not sad, because she's always loved Metropolis and the city. So it's kind of weird seeing her the opposite. But I loved it, and I love how she saved the mailbox. So even though they're now living in Metropolis, they still have that little piece of Hamilton that'll always be with them. And I'm sure Superboy will be traveling back and forth for Kathy.
Do you want me to show the different
No, I've got
this one?
You can show the different covers, but I'm going to show this cover.
All right, so
Superman was a really enjoyable book. I know I'm going to pay Zal stuff. Yeah, I'm going to ask you to order me a Papa John's pizza and have it delivered to my house. That's what you're going to get. So the issue that I did a review on this channel for it, so I won't keep you guys super late with this. I did a whole video, a 15-minute video on it, so I'm not really going to super in-depthly review it. If you'd like to see my review of it, check out the video. But Action 1000 stole the show this week. Mike, you show all the different covers. That's the 1930s, 40s, 50s. Don't like that one really. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Now that's my favorite cover. And the 2000. And that's the book. Now, I've already reviewed this book, so I'm not going to go into details about this book, but I will say this was my favorite book of the week. And again, like I said in my review, if you're a Superman fan, you're going to love Action 1000. You're going to love it. This was a celebration of 1,000 Action comics and 1,000 issues of Superman. I want to get that Mike all red cover. There's one cover in the comic somewhere in the Bronx, and they got one with Christopher, like the guy who drew Superman like Christopher Reeves, $40. I've got all the eras. I'm happy. I'm done. That's all I wanted.
To hang on the wall.
I think I'm going to do the 90s. I'm going to put it there.
You know what you should do? Dan Jurgens with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what you should do? If we go to New York Comic Con,
take it and have them sign it and put it on signature walls.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, your favorite one.
Yeah.
You know.
I love this book, though. I loved all the stories in it. I especially loved the car story. That one was really like, that literally went all the way back and harkened back to the very first Action Comics. It was just a real enjoyment. Now, if you're not a Superman fan, obviously it's not going to... See, this is why I got to do my reviews at 10:30, Mike. Look, we got 8 people now here. This is why I told you. Mike wanted to do it early. I said, no, let's do it at 10:30. He's like, no, nobody's going to be awake.
No, I didn't say nobody was going to be awake. I'm like saying, you know...
Dating, dang, that cover sounds sweet. I loved all the covers. I really. Oh, the Superman because Reeve. I wish.
And
I think it's collector. Yeah, it's called Collector's Cave. Look, Tat.
You're the one that said we should do a Mr. 930.
No, I would say Tat. Look up Collector's Cave. I think that's their variant. Collector's Cave Comics. But there's no way I'm paying $40 for that. But I loved 1000. As a Superman fan, I give it 5 out of 5. Casual Superman fans or casual readers of Superman might not feel the same way. They might think it's an average read. I know Kat wanted the book to be its own story. Instead of several little stories, make just a couple of bigger stories or make it one whole, story in the book. I understand that. It felt like an annual. It did. But for me, they're celebrating the 1000th issue and the 1000. Oh, no problem, Tat. Anytime, you know that. I rather have the celebration, little stories that, as Kat would put it, you won't remember them. I agree. You probably won't. If you're not a hardcore Superman fan, number one, if you're not a Superman fan at all, you won't be picking up 1000 unless you're literally picking it up because it's the 1000th issue.
Isn't that the first comic book that made to 1000?
Glad you guys are on having a debate with a friend here. Now, I got a question. What is the print run on Amazing Spider-Man $7.99, or do you have a
site? A
site I could check for that. Diamond sucks. I don't know what the print run is for Amazing Spider-Man $799, but I do have it. I have an issue. I have a physical copy of $799. I don't think the print run was short on it. But how you doing, GPAP? Welcome to the stream. I don't believe it's. I think you can still pick it up on Midtown. I think it's still available on Midtown $7.99. Nothing super ginormous. Oh my God, change happened. So I believe you should be able to still pick it up from Midtown. I would say GPAP, check out Midtown. See if you can pick it up there. I believe it's still available. I don't think there was a short print run of $7.99. And if there was, holy crap, I'm glad I got one. I didn't even know. But Action 1000 was a fun celebration. If you're a casual fan, it's going to take you some time to read it. And you might not give it 5 stars. You might have wanted one story. You might have wanted just like a couple of stories that were longer. Me, I'm a huge fan of Superman. And the celebration, I thought this was a perfect issue. I enjoyed it. And there are stories in here that I'll remember as a Superman fan. But if Mike, for example, read it, he might not remember a single one because he's not a hardcore Superman fan. So, or even a Superman fan.
I like Superman.
You like him, but you wouldn't remember these stories 3 years from now. So it depends on your hierarchy of Superman. The cover for 800 looks amazing. I did order 800, so I'm not sure which cover I got. I think I got the Ross cover. I got the Alex Ross cover for 800. Believe so. I don't know. But that's my thoughts on 1000. As far as Amazing $7.99, GPAP, I'm sorry. I hope I helped you out a little bit, but it's not out yet. But Comic Crunch will have it soon. It's going to be like, wow. I don't know what's going on and what's going to be 140K, but dang. But thank you all so much for being here. I want to make sure I read that right. Debate with a friend here. A question. What is the print run of Amazing Spider-Man $7.99? Yeah, no, I have no clue. They will be coming out for Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know what we're talking about with Amazing Spider-Man anymore. But thank you all so much for being here. Again, intro video was posted. I have JD who's going to be fixing it up. If those of you that didn't check out JD does live streams on his Twitch channel all the time. The Media Jack across the board. All of his social media, his Twitch, his YouTube, it's all The Media Jack. Go check him out. Subscribe to his YouTube. Follow him on Twitch. Justin, I know, popped in for a bit today. We had a good time while he was at 99.3 The Drive, which is the station he works at. I always have an awesome time with JD. There's JD. JD's been watching this whole. That's right. He's been watching. I thought it was working, but that's JD. The Media Jack's right there. You can check him out all across the board. Probably going to be doing some Sea of Thieves with him later on tonight. Speaking of Justin, don't forget Justin's Sunday morning comics this Sunday, his live stream, and Jesse, who I was talking to just a little bit ago, who has Comic Conversation tomorrow, Thursday night. Check both of those live shows out. Check out The Media Jack. Tat is a amazing artist. I've watched several of Tat's videos. Check out his channel, Tat, T-A-T space comics. Comics spelled correct, the right way. No X or anything. It's comics. Amazing artist. I got to say, I love Tat's artwork. I love watching him draw. He had a few videos of that. Does some hauls every now and again. You guys are awesome. I love your videos. And GPAP, part of the Gen 1 comic community that was here along with myself on YouTube. Check out GPAP. I noticed GPAP that you've been doing some videos lately too. I missed the live streams, but I always catch it later on. You're kind of like the Great Legend. I catch you after the fact. Oh man, I only speak the truth. It's not kind words when it's the truth. It's the truth then. Check out all those places I just mentioned. I would like to thank Kat for being here, Justin, JD for being here, and especially for doing the work on my intro. Like I said, check out all the links that I mentioned. Jesse, I think I said Justin, but I'm going to be safe. Justin, GPAP. We had Bobby pop in for a bit. We had Alan at the beginning. I know that Ryan popped in to put a few things in. Legend Storm TV, thank you for popping in, man. I believe this was your first stream to be on. We had Frost at the beginning as well, who passed his chop along to me. Thank you so much, Frost. But now, live show's over, so if you're watching this post-live, so now it's your turn. Let us know what you thought about the books that came out this week. Like, dislike, agree, disagree, recommendations. We love hearing from you guys, and that's why we have the comments down below. Like I said before, there will be one video up this week. This week is more of scheduling and figuring out where we're going as we are in spring, moving into the summer. I said spring before, I meant moving into the summer. I'm excited for the end of May because there might be some really big stuff in May. I'm not 100% sure yet, so I'm not going to promote anything. I'm just going to tease it. Instead, SoundCloud is coming in May. I don't have to worry about that. I can state that. We have other videos that will be coming up starting next week on this channel. Dark Avenger Live, we're still debating about it. We're at the end of April anyway. I'm not going to start something at the end of a month. I would either start it at the beginning or the middle of a month. So we're still going to sit down and debate about it, and we'll see. I mean, it's not too hard to do what we were going to do and maybe bring in a crew of people to sit with us and talk comics. Bring in a couple of people. I've already asked if people are available. I know Jesse and Justin said they were. Bringing some people every now and again also for that. And it would be on today. Ironically, it would be on today. It would be on Wednesday. And since I see there are people that are available on Wednesday, today would be the day I do it. So today would be the day we'd have Dark Avenger Live. Unless, of course, I missed a Monday, then Dark Avenger Live would be canceled so I could do the comic review show, or it would be condensed so that I could do the comic review and then jump into Dark Avenger Live. You see how complicated? This is why I'm still debating it. Thank you all so much for being here, though. Take care, each and every one of you. I hope you had a great new comic book day today. I will see you guys somewhere in the realm of the Dark Avenger Nation. I said Alan. Alan, thank you for being here still. I mentioned you at the beginning. I know you're still lurking. You're always lurking because you're always working and lurking. You're working the internet and lurking. Thank you all so much for being here. Take care. Keep reading, keep collecting, and we will see you guys really soon in the next review.
Later, everybody.
Later, guys.